it's time. I've been waiting all my life for someone, something, anything to break the walls down. Time to move now. I can never stand alone among your sea of energy. Like a puzzle we unite, sharing space and time. We intertwine our lives. I'm tangled up in you. What we seek, then we shall find. So radiate my mind to understand that I am tangled up in truth, in truth, in truth, in truth. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. And may I be happy. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. And may I be happy. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. And may you be happy. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. And may you be happy. May we be filled with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. And may we be happy. May we be filled with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. And may we be happy. I am filled with loving kindness. I am well. I am peaceful and at ease. And I am happy. I am filled with loving kindness. I am well. I am peaceful and at ease. I am happy. I am filled with loving kindness. I am well. I am peaceful and at ease. And I am happy. I am happy. I am happy.
How's everybody doing today? Good to be here at the Napa Valley Center for Spiritual Living. Such a beautiful day it is. Usually we have a starting video. I guess that gets you queued up to paying attention. That's okay. So glad everybody online, everybody here in person. It's such a beautiful day. I'm Reverend Jay, the spiritual director here, and so happy to be a part of this community and glad to see everybody this morning. So we're going to begin with our sacred music today. Astra's here. Let's welcome her.
Good morning, everyone. All right, I invite you to join me in singing, I am opening to the love of Spirit. I am opening to the love of God. Sing that with me. I am opening to the love of Spirit. I am joy of spirit. I am opening to the joy of God. I let spirit guide my day. Living joy in every way. I am opening to the love of spirit. I am opening to the love of God. I am opening to the love of spirit. I am opening to the love of God.
Oh, it's so beautiful. Your music is just its affirmations, but it's sung, so it makes it more powerful even then. So thank you so much for being here today. So good to have everybody here today. I would love for you just to turn towards your neighbors and introduce yourself and tell them you're glad they're here today. So go ahead and do that. I'm glad you're here today.
Are we greeting everybody now?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Nice. So always good to be in community and be around everybody and being open to life itself. So we also like to begin our service with our vision and mission statement. If we read together on the screen, we say, we are an inclusive community for spiritual growth and compassionate action. And our mission, we are co-creating a world that works for everyone by living intentionally, loving unconditionally, and seeing God in all people and all faiths. A great affirmation for this morning. It is just, I don't know, it's one of those days I'm really glad to be here, and I'm really glad everybody else is here too. So, it'd be a lonely thing if you guys didn't show up here on Sunday, so I'm glad you're here. We have a few things going on. The main thing that this is February's Black History Month, and we always honor certain people that have been part of it. When I talk about, I think, the next, I don't have a slide, later on I do, talking about spiritual ancestors. So when we talk about ancestors, we're often talking about genetically who our grandparents were and their great-grandparents and the lineage that we had for whatever countries we came from to be here. But I also honor spiritual ancestors. And these are people that, whether I've met them in person or not, they've been teachers to me, that I've read or listened or they resonate with me. They speak to my heart. So I consider those my spiritual ancestors. And we share a lot of the ancestors. And what's great about Black History Month is we like to highlight some of those spiritual ancestors who are African American or Black Americans. And we'll be doing that, as well as this coming Saturday, there's the 9th annual or something like that, Black History Month here in Napa. And it's a great event. How many people have been to that before? It's just a lot of fun to be there. And they have speakers and poets and musicians. And if you're into it, they have a great dinner, kind of soul food at the end. There's no tickets. You don't have to pay unless you're going to eat. And if you want to eat, you need to do that ahead of time. So you go on to just Black History Napa, and you'll find the site to get tickets if you want to eat. But otherwise, you can just show up on Saturday, starting at 2 over at Crosswalk Community Church from 2 to 5:30, and then dinner served at 5:30. A great way to celebrate the lineage of Black Americans here, especially in the Northern California area. So as we continue to do that ourselves. My class is starting this week, so if you're interested in that, please sign up for that. It starts on Thursday at 6:30. It's going to be 6 Thursdays. It's really, speaking of spiritual ancestors, that's really what it's talking about, our spiritual ancestors back from, ancient philosophers, indigenous people, all the different cultures that have been a part, Celtics, that have been a part of our movement, part of our creativity that we have here, this wisdom. It's a shared wisdom that has been brought forth by modern authors like Wayne Dyer and Ernest Holmes and Louise Hay and Gabrielle Bernstein, those kind of people. So it's great to be able to celebrate that. So join me on Thursdays. You can find the link, either sign up at the welcome table or go online to sign up for it there. So this month we're talking about embracing the edge. And you'll hear more about that in time. My clicker does not seem to be working very well, but we'll figure this out. And as part of this theme we're doing a vision day. If you've ever done a vision board for yourself or the soul collage that Anne does, you know that pictures can express a lot of different things. So today I'm going to talk in my message about what you see, you feel, you sense is the highest and best for this community. And then we're going to go outside, and there's going to be magazines out there and markers and different things. And there's going to be poster boards, and you're just going to, put 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5 images, whatever you're drawn towards. And we're going to have several poster boards, so we're going to put them together eventually as one board. But the idea is, what are you sensing is the highest and best for this community? What's being expressed through it? So that'll be today. And then 2 weeks, and then we're going to have that out both this Sunday, next Sunday. So if there's something in the weekend you're still thinking about, I could have done this, well, bring an image to get something off online. Get one of your own magazines or something, or draw something, whatever. Bring it the 8th or the 15th, and we'll still have those vision boards available for you to do. And then the 15th is our annual community meeting. We're going to be voting on the new Board of Trustee members and listening to Summary 2025, the budget for 2026, and what kind of ran off the page evidently there, talk about things that you would like, specific things like what kind of classes and workshops you'd like to hear for 2026. So it'll be great to do that. There was something in there I missed. Oh, I know what it was. So if you know somebody that you think they'd make a good board of trustees members, we already have several slated nominees. But if you want to nominate someone, please let me know. Give me an email. We go through a process of kind of seeing if they're a match for our Board of Trustees, but we'd love to hear new ideas. Or if you're interested sometimes in serving on the Board of Trustees, it could be maybe not this year, but next year, something like that. But we'd love to have new people and bringing in new skills and talents into our Board of Trustees. And then we have ongoing events, meditation on Wednesday, chanting on Fridays at 10 a.m., and then we have this new program, Zen Together, which is a program done by Don Pickney about young children that come with their parents, and their parents can experience mindfulness while their kids are in a safe space there. And then we also have a parenting class coming up. Remind me the name of the parenting class? Positive Parenting that Dayton's going to be on February. Okay, all right. Well, there's flyers on it that we'll get to you. We'll put it out. Or maybe, there is a slide. How about that? That's going to help us, right? March 2nd. It's going to be a lunchtime, one-time thing, and if there's interest, we can have more of those. But parents can bring their lunch, talking about ways to support practical tools, skills, and strategies to help support parenting with certain challenges. So there's a nominal fee to that. We'd love to have parents come register for that. That's on March 2nd, right here in the sanctuary. And then this will be, I extended it to today and tomorrow. If you have nominations for the Sip and Savor Compassionate Heart Awards, now's the time to get those in. So today or tomorrow will be the last time for those. And now we'll begin the sacred part of our service.
my North Star, rising from within, this inner light, this courage to begin. I lead myself, I trust, I grow. The path unfolds, I let it flow. I lead with love, I lead with light, I lead with truth, and I rise. I lead with joy, I lead with grace, I lead with trust, I lead with faith. My North Star, rising from within, this inner light, this courage to begin. I lead myself, I trust, I grow. The path unfolds, I let it flow. I lead with love, I lead with light, I lead with truth, and I rise. I lead with joy, I lead with grace, I lead with trust, I lead with faith. My North Star, rising from within, this inner light, this courage to begin.
So I invite you all to go within and tune your attention to your center, that place where you connect with the divine, taking a conscious breath into this space. Grounding, centering us, bringing us here together, celebrating that we are all connected by this one life, this one love, this energy, and we are all blessed here today. Each and every person in this room, in the virtual rooms, in our town, our community, state, country, and world. And we are all connected, deeply blessed in this moment. And I give thanks for this, and so it is. So, hello everyone. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about ritual as an act of self-care. And I was inspired by this because during difficult times, we talk about the importance of self-care. It's one thing that we can do to help ourselves feel better. And I also noticed that at the center, when we have events that involve ritual, we always have really big turnout. So that tells me this is a community that values and enjoys ritual. So my invitation today is to think about ritual as perhaps a radical act of self-care. So I want to talk a little bit about why I feel that way. Need a couple notes, I don't forget. So in our culture, rituals often, or self-care is often something we turn to when we are stressed or exhausted. Spiritually speaking, self-care is something that we return to each and every day, to return to the presence, return to spirit, and connect with ourselves. And ritual is anything that involves intentional presence practiced regularly. So it can be anything. Intentional presence practiced regularly. And I wanted to share why neuroscience explains why ritual feels so grounding and good is because it activates the parts of our brain that are responsible for meaning and choice. Our prefrontal cortex, our parietal cortex gets activated. And when we need self-care, ritual lights up those parts of our brain that give us a sense of meaning and sometimes a sense of control over what's happening. And then spiritually speaking, we might say ritual brings us back into alignment with spirit. So ritual does not need to be elaborate. Again, it's anything that involves intentional presence, practiced regularly. So it could be lighting a candle before a meal, or placing your hand on your heart before you speak, taking a breath at the start of a day. I personally incorporate ritual into my day in lots of fun ways. One is that I make my coffee every morning, and then I light a little sage or a little lavender. And I walk around my home and I just let the little bit of scent smolder and cleanse the space. And that gets me now, my brain associates that scent with me getting into my sacred space to start my morning practice. So I work with herbs. Sometimes I might just spray a little rose spray, take a breath, and recenter. So ritual becomes part of our daily life, and that's how we can practice it as self-care. So let me see if there's anything else. I think that's it. So I would like to end with a small ritual for us all. And this ritual involves light and intention. Let's see if I can hold this. So I invite you to put your hand on your heart. Take a breath. And as you breathe and as you center, see if I can light this. There we go. I light this candle. Again. I trimmed the wick so it wouldn't be smoky. Okay. Hand on the heart. I light this candle as we affirm that the light is not static. This light is within us, and this light represents our divine connection with all life. As you connect with this light, feel the support beneath you and all around you. Let your body register that in this moment you are held and you are safe. May this light be a reminder of the safety and comfort within us, and may we rest in the presence that is always here. And so it is. Thank you.
I am connected to this divine source of love that guides me through this world. I make an impact with each beat I meet. Today is exactly what I need. For my highest good, for my highest good, I am worthy. For my highest good, for my highest good, I am worthy. I am accepted by this divine source of love that rises through this world. I make an impact with each heartbeat. I am exactly who I need for my highest good, for my highest good. I am worthy. Sing that with me if you know it. For my highest good, for my highest good, for my highest good. I am worthy. One more time, really sing it and feel it. For my highest good, hand on the heart. For my highest good, I am worthy. I am connected to this divine source of love that guides me through this world.
Thank you, Astra. It was so beautiful. Thank you. And perfect for today as we step off into nothingness. There we go. Being open at the top like we've been doing already. But what we know about open at the top, we need to be grounded in spiritual principles, in ancestral wisdom. And where we find that is at the very edge. Embracing the edge that we are. And we're talking about an inner edge. We're talking about a way of being meditative, contemplative, and finding where there might be some kind of resistance within us, a fear, a hesitancy, a discomfort. And just notice it. It doesn't always mean that you continue and push your way through. In fact, it's more important that we take some time and just allow ourselves to notice what's there. Because in that way, you're allowing yourself to heal what that edge is. You know what that edge is. So as you come to it again, you'll know what it is. You'll know how to be it and when to be. And we can always be open to something greater that expresses through us. So we're talking about our openness now, not only to life, but to a deeper expression as a community as well. And today we're going to spend some time talking about our community. But I thought I'd begin with a little humor in terms of the theme, embracing the edge. So the first one is I had a close friend who said he had an argument with someone who was convinced the earth was flat and it had an edge to it. And they were heated in their argument, and the other guy said, okay, I can tell you what, I'm going to prove it. I'm going to get my sailboat, I'm going to sail to the edge, I'm going to take pictures and come back. And come to find out, the guy eventually came around to another point of view. I personally, and anybody else here who owns a cat, I have proof that the world is not flat. Because if it was flat, they would have knocked everything off the edge already, right? I also heard about two caterpillars who were escaping a spider. They went out on the very edge of the branch and got to the edge, but they realized they were now trapped, and they said, we just need to jump. And the other one goes, are you sure? Yes. So they jumped, and one of the caterpillars grabbed two sticks, two twigs, and they got on them, and suddenly they were just gently going down, and found another tree to be in. And the second caterpillar goes, how did you do that? And he goes, well, am I the only person who knows how to drive a stick? All right. We'll get serious now. So the idea of on the edge, it's interesting because you can shut that if you need to, if that's too bright. Okay. We, about 6 years ago, almost to the date, March of 2020, I don't think I have to tell you what that month was, but an interesting time. The pandemic started about that time. But we had, right before the pandemic, we had an in-person workshop called Edge Walkers. And we indeed were walking the edge for almost a year. So I'm a little hesitant to bring this theme back, the idea of being on the edge and being edge walkers. But I think it's a very valuable thing that we can do. To me, an edge walker is someone who walks between the worlds, the ability to build bridges between different groups of people defined by culture, ideology, faith, age, gender, orientation, abilities. And I think many of you probably have friends in different communities of different faiths, of different races and cultures. And they're able to bridge that, not because you're being inauthentic, but you're being yourself. And because you're authentic, you can do that. If you were trying to be someone who you weren't, or being a false ego self, that you wouldn't be able to do that. But because you can just be real. I know when I was working with teenagers on a regular basis, I was at first intimidated because teenagers are some of the most cynical and people, and they're BS detectors. That is, I meant belief systems. I don't know what you thought I meant by that, but when I was trying to be something, when I was trying to figure out what they wanted, it didn't go over so well. But when I was authentic, it worked. And I think that's all that we can ever do, is just be authentic who we truly are. So this idea of edge walkers, not only we're in different communities, it's also being able to be within ourselves and out at the same time, allowing a smooth transition from our within and our external being, with being and doing. And I think the classic symbol of that is a Mobius strip that shows that symbol of going from the inside to the outside, back to the inside seamlessly, and opening up to a deeper way of being in that way. And I think people that are these edge walkers can do that, instead of it being sometimes like, okay, I'm going to go meditate. Okay, now I'm finished meditating. Now I got to go do stuff. But the Mobius strip is one where the in goes into the out and back there. And we can go within and notice where our resistance are, our fears, our unwillingness. And instead of it being an excuse, it's a way of being, a way of opening up. Our edge is where our limited perception meets what is real within us. And it's where genuine growth begins. Ralph Waldo Emerson says, what lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. And I think that is what opens us up in so many ways, what defines this contemplative community that we have, that we're willing to look at what lies within us. He also said that nothing can bring you peace but yourself, and we know that to be true. So these spiritual ancestors we have, the ones that our teachings resonated from, that are deeper ways that we can grow from these authors, these speakers, friends, teachers. And what's amazing about this is part of this collective wisdom that's available to us. There are people that have found this ancient wisdom without reading a book, without hearing anybody talk about it, especially days before the internet. because it's become a collected wisdom. And now we have the opportunity to go within, to allow this wisdom to inform us that has been built by other people, other people's consciousness and minds, and continues to expand this, raising this consciousness. And we have the opportunity to raise this consciousness as a community with each other. Howard Thurman, one of the black authors that resonates with me that I consider a spiritual ancestor, said that there are moments of enthusiasm when with mounting excitement we absorb ourselves in something beyond ourselves. But after this, we fight at length to get back home and to come back to the familiar place, to be secure in our own boundaries. Again and again, the process repeats itself, wearing down the walls that shut us in. So he's talking about here an expansion, that we see something greater and then we retreat. That's okay. It's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. But we allow ourselves to notice that. What brings us back? We stay mindful about that. Why do we want to get back to what's comfortable? Is that a safe place? That's okay. And we expand again and contract, expand. But we're moving forward. It's 2 steps forward, 1 step back, and it's nothing wrong. I don't think we want to judge ourselves about that 1 step back, because that 1 step back is sometimes a great way to integrate, a greater awareness. But we don't want the walls that shut us in, as Thurman talked about, to be a permanent thing, to keep that smallness within ourselves. He also called it a small private sense of ourselves, that instead we want to wear down the walls that shut us in. Wear down the walls, right? So we keep on this purpose, this life awareness that is this inner edge that we can find, a boundary between the familiar and the unknown. And when we find ourselves in self-judgments or stories we tell ourselves that aren't true, we just notice that. And then we let them go. We tell ourselves the truth. Our true nature is already whole, already fabulous, already perfect, even if we don't fully believe it yet. It's there. And spirit, this within ourselves, we always find that within there is peace, there's love, there's joy, there's gratitude, and Spirit's voice encouraging us to be more open-hearted, forgiving, allowing, creative. And it's the peace we find within ourselves that we walk this path of peace. And over time, there's a crack in our walls of our small self. And those cracks become bigger and bigger. And it's the cracks that let the light in that we notice this. And it's okay at whatever pace we go. I love to enjoy this edge we think about. This video of, it's like, if we're at the edge, we might as well enjoy it, right? These dolphins that are coming out, they're on the edge and they're enjoying every minute of it, right? They actually ride the waves. Do you know that? As the waves come up, they're enjoying it. Sometimes you'll see 20 or 30 dolphins there. And of course, now we're just watching dolphins, but there we go. Howard Thurman went on to say, what is forgotten is the fact that life moves at a deeper level than the objective and the data of our senses. We are most alive when we are brought face to face with the response of the deepest things in us to the deepest things in life. Now, you remember Howard Thurman, my most favorite quote by Howard Thurman is when he talks about being alive. He said, don't ask what the world needs when it comes to your purpose. Instead, ask what makes you come alive. And I'll tell you right now, the only place to come find you really, I mean, sometimes we're doing things, activities and stuff like that, and you feel great meaning and power, but we only feel that because it resonates with him. We find what makes us come alive within us. And he goes on to say, what the world needs is people who have come alive. Passion, enthusiasm, letting go of anything that holds you back. But first you need to notice what those are. And really the only way to do that is to begin walking towards that. Begin walking and staying mindful. And notice when you want to retreat, or if you've already retreated. And in my 30s and early 40s, I noticed that fear was affecting me, kind of an anxiety. There's a phrase in New Thought spirituality called analysis paralysis. And I was caught in analysis paralysis. I was overthinking things. I was wondering if I was doing the right thing and the right job, the right relationships, the right whatever. And I was just always wondering if, am I the right person? The bottom line is probably, am I worthy? Your song about worthiness, it's like, am I worthy to have a good life? And I just noticed it was fear. And so I decided my sons were teenagers then, at least one was, and one was very close to it. And they loved going to the amusement parks. And when I would take them to the amusement parks, I kind of hesitated for the big roller coasters because I had a medium sense of fear. I go, wait a minute, those are safe. And I can feel my fear and feel what fear is. So I begin riding them. And the old kind go clickety, 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 right? So with every clickety, clickety, I was going, but then once I went over and went there, it was enjoyable. And I did it enough, I began to enjoy the roller coasters, rolled the ride. And above all, I felt the fear. I felt the fear in my arms and my chest, my breathing, my gut. And the value of that was in my real life when I was making up stuff that I was afraid of. I wasn't really afraid. There was nothing to be afraid of. But I could notice what fear was and just call it out. I was making up something. Now, I'm not saying I don't ever feel afraid, but I don't let it affect me. I notice it, call it out for what it is, and let it go. And by the way, I continued to enjoy roller coasters. I got up the nerve actually to go. Most of them, they go curly Q and they go, different ways. I don't mind those, but the one that sort of gave me the greatest fear was one called Superman that's in Vallejo at Discovery Park, and it's you fly. So what you do is you go up. It's a magnetic one, so it starts out really fast, and you go up to the top, and then it does this really slow curly Q, and then it just drops straight down. So, and by the way, I went with Michelle, and she has less fear than I do. So she was kind of going, well, you could just stay in line with me, and then if you want to go, you can go. But I went. It was great. It was a lot of fun. We make up stuff in our lives that are just not true. And I think there's value in it. But if we don't do that, if we're not willing to go within, if we're not willing to allow this expansion and a return, we expand and we return. That's part of our natural cycle. And just notice what that is and allowing that deeper self. So this month, we're not only this week, we're talking about living life on purpose. And as we live life on purpose, there's something deeper that is calling us that we find at the edge. The deeper ways of being. Now, I've been reading a new book called Revolutionary Agreements by Marian Head. And she says that this is a personal path towards peace on earth. She's got an interesting background. She was the program coordinator for a Soviet American Citizens Summit, co-facilitator of the first global forums of spiritual and parliamentary leaders, and have worked with world leaders like the Dalai Lama, Mother Teresa, Vice President Gore, President Mikhail Gorbachev, and spiritual visionaries like Barbara Marx Hubbard and Don Miguel Ruiz. Now, you probably remember Don Miguel Ruiz as the one who wrote the book called Four Agreements, if you've read that book. And she worked with him and considered him her teacher but also saw something there as she began to work with people as a coach and facilitator, that people needed practical ways to go through. And so she developed these 12 revolutionary agreements that were practical and heart-centered around speaking the truth, acceptance, and gratitude. So for the next 12 weeks, really 13 weeks, we're going to be going through one at a time. And today is about living my mission. And we're going to take 2 weeks for this, and the reason why is today I'd like to focus on us as a center living our vision, and next week talking more about a personal vision that you have, living your personal mission. So I think these questions that I used to ask that I still ask myself, but I don't get stuck in analysis paralysis on it, seeking the highest and best. I think the difference for me is instead of when I ask what is my highest and best, what is this mine to do? How do I show up like this? How can, in this situation where there's seeming conflict, how can I bring love into this situation? The difference is the small me, the ones that's in the closed walls, the personal sense of self, as Thurman called it. I don't try and let that part of me answer it. I let something bigger, something higher, something greater. Because I know that in this situation, the small self hit a wall. I hit a wall, that personal small self, and I need to go beyond that wall to transcend. And I ask Spirit, show me the way. I love Gabrielle Bernstein. She just says, I don't know, God, show me a way. Sometimes we just have to do that. And maybe it's not, the burning bush that shows exactly what to do, but there's a sense of the feeling of what we're trying to get, the experience. And that's the power of visioning, is that we can get an experience of something, an experience of life, experience of love that can be in this situation as we walk. I don't know about you, but I have been so fascinated by the story of the Buddhist monks that have been walking. Such an amazing journey they're on. There's actually a live map online that I was looking at this week, and shows that they have gone, I don't know, that looks like 5/6 of the way there. And they're in Virginia, I know now, very near Richmond. This is kind of an overall map, but there's a live map that shows them today where they're at. And through snow and different things, but you can see where the red dot is where they are right now, and they're moving towards B, where they have lunch and sleep at C. But it's cold there. And what I love about their story, they've had different kinds of challenges. One of the monks was hit by a car, lost his leg, got amputated, and he returned in Georgia to keep walking with him. And people have been yelling at them occasionally, telling them they're going to go to hell. And what's interesting is they don't respond with anger. Other people who are watching them go, hey, come on, leave them alone, let them walk. But they're just responding in peace and love. And part of the reason is what they say is it's not a protest what they're doing. It's a prayer. A moving meditation, an active form of prayer. They're not trying to be a spectacle. They just want to walk this as a way. Because they're feeling this peace within them. It's not for peace, they are peace. And people along the way that they've been with, that have been either on the sideline or start walking with them, have felt this peace. They felt it within them. They have found forgiveness for others. They found healing with themselves. And this is the walk that I hold a vision for this community. That we walk in peace and love and joy for something as an active prayer for life and love and joy and understanding and compassion and kindness. I so love what pro-inclusion is doing right now. and the interfaith community that we've done. That we were at the MLK a couple weeks ago, and the weekend of that, and we had the great commemoration at Crosswalk. That was the interfaith group did, and the next day we had the community service. Several of us went out to, now you're going to look at this because that's a distraction. So, Alokai is the hero. I don't know if you've been watching him. He's their dog that they actually adopted in India and came with them. Has a heart-shaped birthmark, so to speak, or on his head, and has been the love of everybody, just showing what a trooper he is with everything. And so he continues to walk with them, the blessing, just part of it, just in harmony with everything. So he's been, I don't know if you know this, he has his own Facebook page. It's a question of how he has time to post during the day when he's walking, but just such love. And what we know is that we had a group of people that did raking at the Mission Farm over at St. John's Lutheran, and we had the Justin Sienna, all the different posters that were made and cards and different things, and this is just what we're doing. Showing up for different events that we believe in, that we resonate with us. We show up in this way, and this is living ourselves. So what's important about that is right now is opening up towards continuing to be this and opening it up to Spirit, because if we just rely on our own devices, if you want to call it that, but particularly our phone devices, right? But then we're going to we're going to retreat. That's what happens. So we're doing good now, but guess what happens? We retreat back to the comfortable. That's the nature of being human, that we expand and we contract. And we want to continue to open to something greater for us as a community. So you got some pieces of paper that kind of a bookmark coming in. There's two sides of that. One side is just a simple question about what is the highest and best for this community? What is seeking to be expressed through us, as us? And that's what I want you to consider when we do the vision board out there. And the other side is just some descriptions of our center. Some people want to share about where they go, and they're not sure what to say about it. Because we have a fairly complicated, complex is a better word, not complicated, but complex faith that has a lot of spiritual principles. It's a contemplative faith. So like Buddhism, the Quakers, they're contemplative faith, so they're harder to explain sometimes. But I think there's some descriptions on the back of this paper that we will include in marketing, as well as if you want to use any of them to describe where you attend. First of all, I just want to clarify, Napa Valley Center for Spiritual Living is a mouthful. I'm aware of that. So if somebody asks you where you go, you can simply say the Center for Spiritual Living, or you can say the Spiritual Center, or you can say the Center. And if they want to know more information, they'll ask you. And there's different descriptions in there about how we're east meets west, that we have meditation and contemplative practice in our services, that we have certain spiritual principles that we study, but we're also open to all faiths because we have open principles and consider all faiths to be valid, and that we can find the good and the God in all people. So different ideas about that. And these are also the symbols that you might help you in talking about the vision, what it comes through us and expresses through us. So I don't have enough time today to go through that whole sheet, but I'll be out in the courtyard. And what I'd like you to consider is what resonates with you. There's a long list of things there, but maybe circle or note they're numbered. Let me know what numbers, what kind of, or board member, what resonates with you? What makes sense to you? What is your experience of this center? And then the next step also is what in your openness, because this is a collective group. It's not just me, it's not just the practitioners, it's not just the board, it's not just, any one person. Collectively, that we can allow Spirit to come through us, and we open to Spirit. What is the highest and best for this community? I don't know about you, but I want to be open to Spirit. I want to create more pathways for people, that not only here on Sundays, but during the week, different kinds of things, going out in the community more and being this presence. I want to walk like the Buddhists are walking, in that way, in that clarity, and people join us wherever we are to hear this message. And they also experience it because we have that within us, that insight belief system, and we open in a greater way. And also this week, to wrap up today, I just want you to spend this week looking at your own edge, to spend a few minutes in quiet and notice what kind of resistance you have to stepping up in a bigger way in your life. Do you have any fear, anxiety, concerns? And be willing not just to stop there, but dive deeper beyond that as what is the cause of that? What is it I'm afraid of? What am I concerned about? What's stopping me? What's keeping me closed in these walls, my personal sense of self? And what happens when I move those walls out or allow cracks to happen? Allow Spirit to come through me in a greater expression of myself, a greater love. Where can I give love? Who have I not yet loved? That's Valerie Carr's question. I love that question. Who have I not yet loved? Where can I bring more love? Where do I notice that there's more light that's needed? And how can I bring that forth? So consider that this week. And then I'll meet you out in the courtyard do the vision area. We have magazines out there and markers and all sorts of stuff. So, just kind of play with it. We also have tamales, and we're having a party today because I had part of the king's cake, and I got the baby Jesus and the king's cake. I didn't know before I ate that I was risking having to provide a party for everybody. Somebody tricked me. Little love mischief, I think it was. So we've got tamales, and also the hospitality crew brought salads and chips and all sorts of things out there. So we've got a big party. So have plenty to eat, and then look through the magazines and pull out a couple pictures and put those. We'll have more than one poster boards out there, glue sticks and scissors and all that we can enjoy. And it's a celebration of community today. So let us go to prayer. What I know right now is there's only one, that we are part of this one. And Spirit, through us, creates magic, love, creativity, power. It can knock through any obstacle there might be. Wherever we are, God is. And we know this to be the truth in this moment. And we just allow Spirit to move through us as us, creating new and powerful ways of being. And for this, I am so grateful today. I'm so grateful for us as a community, and so grateful for this truth. We declare it to be so, and so it is.
Sitting by the river, breathing in the smell. The stones are smooth and weathered. They wear the weather well. They wear the weather well. Sitting by the fire, warming up my bones. The sparks, they shine like glitter, like they were born to glow, like they were do I learn from here? Digging in the garden, earth between my toes, the roots beneath the surface are deeper than they show. They're deeper than they show. Where do I go from here? And what do I learn from here? Flying like an eagle, soaring through my dreams, living life on purpose. Love washes over me. Love's washing over me. Where do I go from here? And what do I learn from here? I've weathered well, I'm born to glow. My roots grow deeper than they show. I'm living life on purpose. Here we grow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you.
Thank you, Astra. So beautiful. So this is a time in our service when we invite you to be part of our law of circulation. We know that which you give is always part of the reciprocal process, and you will receive back tenfold. So grateful for you to be a part of supporting our vision and mission. If our ushers could come forward, please. There are different ways to give. Shauna, could you put that slide up on the giving slide? Either today or online, different ways that you can give. We so appreciate you being part of this. And if you'll put your hand over your heart, which represents that which you're giving today or you've given in the past, and read the affirmation with me. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate, and so it is.
I am trusting the universe. I am trusting the universe. Sing that with me. I am trusting the universe. 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 'Cause there is plenty to go around. There is plenty for us to share. There is always more than enough, trusting in the universe's care. I am trusting the universe. 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 'Cause there is plenty to go around. There is plenty for us to share. There is always more than enough, trusting in the universe.
It's a time in our service when we want to welcome anybody who might be here for the first time, either online or here in person. We have a little brochure to let you know a little bit about us. Of course, you got that little thing. Also, the bookmark might help you too, but then we have a brochure. If you're willing to raise your hand, we'd like to give you the brochure. Anybody here for the first time? We have a few people returning. It's been a while since you've been here. We welcome you. Also, if we missed you as far as wanting new information, you can always get more information out at the welcome table with there's information about classes and things like that. We also, first of the month, we like to honor anybody's birthday who might be in February anniversary. Anybody have a birthday in February? Oh, look at all these February birthdays. Awesome. How about anniversaries? Anybody have an anniversary? Oh, anniversaries. January and February, we don't always have a lot of weddings, but that's you never. January. Oh, congratulations. How many? 18. Congratulations. We also honor those people who have sobriety anniversaries. We know that's an anonymous anniversary, but we honor that path and the blessing that you're willing to have that dedication and commitment to what serves you. So thank you for being a part of that as well. So we have a blessing here for our birthday people and our anniversary people. It was last week. We'll just conclude you today also. So we raise our hands and we say, we bless you today, knowing that the peace and happiness you seek is also seeking you. We honor your inner radiance as we let your light shine in the world. We are grateful for your presence in our community. And so it is. And so it is. If we could have our practitioners come forward, please. Dana's here, and Michael will be up here in a minute, too. So we know that prayer is a gift that's offered to you after the service in a one-on-one way. And that it's very powerful to feel those prayers. So I invite you to be that if you have something to pray for or something for someone else to pray for. So appreciate, I think you'll get a lot out of it. We also have prayer requests in the lobby and online you can fill out. And I just know it's a gift to have this kind of prayer. So please take advantage of it. Oh, I know what, I knew there was something else there. And if you want to talk after the service, there's a great courtyard out there. So to leave sacredness here for that prayer to happen in here. Let's welcome our youth today. Hi, come on up.
They'll need a mic.
Okay.
Important information.
All right. Here you go. And introduce yourself first of all.
I'm Presley.
And
Everything I want in life comes to me quickly, easily, and effortlessly.
Hi, I'm Alette, and today we talked about Imbolc and St. Bridget's Day and also Groundhog Day and colored Mandelas.
Here's a picture.
that's great. Welcome. Well, so glad you're here. And we have an affirmation. Oh, wait, over here. And how was your experience of the service today?
Good.
What was the best part? Your mom singing?
Everything.
Everything. Okay, good. So let's raise our hands and we have an affirmation here. We say, we love you, we care about you, and we're here for you. Let's all stand for the congregational affirmation. Repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening through me right now.
Something wonderful is happening through me right now.
I am led by Spirit.
I am led by Spirit.
I'm guided by wisdom.
I'm guided by wisdom.
I'm protected by love.
I'm protected by love.
I am here to be a blessing.
I'm here to be a blessing.
I am so grateful.
I'm so grateful.
And so it is.
So it is.
And now our closing song.
So let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. So let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. We are making a new world now.
We are so blessed that we are making a new world now. Thank you for being a part of it, and I'll see you out in the courtyard. Many blessings.
May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. And may I be happy. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. And may I be happy. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. And may you be happy. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. And may you be happy. May we be filled with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. And may we be happy. May we be filled with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. And may we be happy. I am filled with loving kindness. I am well. I am peaceful and at ease. And I am happy. I am filled with loving kindness. I am well. I am peaceful and at ease. I am happy. I am filled with loving kindness. I am well. I am peaceful and at ease.